What's up guys, Yuno here. So today we are into another video from a different channel, and from a channel that I saw recently thanks to Aswan God. Honestly, this channel is very good, but I'm gonna react to one of the video the background NPC made, which is it wrong to just want attractive characters in video games? So this is gonna be an interesting topic to literally talk about. So you know what, without further ado, let's react to this video. Link in the description below for the original video. Make sure you watch that first before you watch this reaction, and like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's just wrap.
And all of this is why I just do not
What's
understand
this?
why some developers keep getting it wrong. It really feels so simple. Yes, give us great gameplay, fun mechanics, a interesting and meaningful story,
Yes.
but then layer attractive, pretty characters on top of that to create hype around.
Yeah, this is not what like literally I don't understand this with the gaming industry, because they already have the formula since the dawn of time from video games, and they still don't do it right, especially in the modern games right now. Like a lot of games right now doesn't have attractive characters, like literally. And this is also one of the reasons, like they don't learn at all. Why do they think gacha games, I play gacha games, why do they think like gacha games is successful? Because you will see most of the gacha games, their characters in that game is freaking a big, a boba, beautiful as fuck, pretty, like literally have muscle dudes everywhere. It's very noticeable what people wants and what sells. Like literally good looking characters. Even like Expedition 33 literally proved this literally point, which is they have like strong as female characters that is very attractive and very enjoyable to play with, very interesting characters, very well written also, and the cast is literally like the main characters is 1/4 of like the ratio, one male character and three like female characters. I mean, from the main cast, I guess Gustav also included, but honestly that one dude replaced him, so I don't, I will still say it's like 1/3, or like 1/3 ratio. So yeah.
On the game, grab our interest, and hold our attention. All of this just makes for a much more
Literally, characters are the face of the game. Okay, not the environment, not the gameplay. No, it's what do people see on every game icon? A person's face, and like literally in any other games, like the face of the character. That's the first thing they saw. And if it's ugly as fuck, then bye bye to your
enjoyable experience.
engagement.
So this video
Goodbye
is
money.
kind of related to my very first video about women in games, but
Yeah, I
before
wanna
we get
watch
into
that
it,
too.
we
I
have
haven't
to
watched that
acknowledge
yet.
everybody that is subscribed to the channel. Wow, honestly,
Yeah, I think we got 130k subscribers, which is crazy. This is like a literally span of a month, because Asmon Gold honestly, like, shout out her, and because of that shout out, it boosts her channel, and she also makes a good ass content. That's why I'm like watching this right now,
I
because
don't
she
really even know
tackles
what
a
to
very
say.
good
This has been
topics
such
that
a
is
overwhelming week in the best way.
need
But thank you.
discussions,
Thank you
basically.
to every single one of you for all of the comments and
Yay,
messages and just all
yippee!
of the support. Now, let's talk about hot characters. I've always
Ooh.
found it very interesting when I see some gamers say,
Oh,
I don't
I'm
care what my
covering her.
character
I'm
looks
sorry.
like, I just want a good game. And while, sure,
I'm
I believe
sorry,
some
NPC.
people probably do feel that way, when you actually look around at what's successful and what's not, what resonates and what doesn't, the idea that visuals don't matter, it doesn't really hold up. The second you start digging into this stuff, it's pretty clear. Visuals play a huge role in whether something hits or flops. And if they didn't, cosmetics probably wouldn't be one of the most profitable parts of the entire gaming industry.
Like, why do you think Overwatch is very popular? Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, most people who tried Overwatch is probably saw a corn of the characters. Why? Because those characters, not even like the corn part, but those characters are attractive as heck. Black Widow, is that the name? Black Widow? I forgot. Like Tracer, freaking Diva. Those characters are like attractive as heck. They made them attractive, and then freaking the game is booming. Why do you think Concord is not successful? Okay, and it's not even like gameplay. I'm not even talking about gameplay yet. Like the characters look ugly as heck. Designs are bland as fuck. Like, just make them attractive. Like, sure, make them gay, but at least make the gay characters attractive, because they don't wanna play as a ugly as dude, ugly as woman. We don't wanna play as a like a fat ugly guy. I mean, some people would. Honestly, I would too, but most people won't. So just don't do it. Literally, the blueprint is already there since the dawn of times. It's been there for like literally how many years, and like the devs still chose to ignore it. You know,
History. The truth
it's
is,
crazy.
I think most of us do care, even if it's
Yeah,
subconsciously. And
we
this
care.
isn't just a gaming thing, but for whatever reason, the gaming industry seems especially confused about it. Because books, anime, movies, shows, we care about how the characters look. We always have. Now, just to be clear, an attractive character cannot save bad writing or bad gameplay. A great
Yes,
design
yes. But visuals of character is the first impression of all gamers. Okay, that is always the first impression. That's the first thing you saw on every game. What does the character look like? Okay? So yes, doesn't like the visual doesn't say how good the game is, but it shows how the game look visually.
design won't make a boring game fun, and eye candy is totally pointless if there's zero substance to back
Yes.
it up. And on the opposite side, it's not like a game is necessarily doomed if the characters are uninspired or unattractive. But let's be honest, we have been done dirty quite a
Yeah.
few times. But when it does work, when you combine great writing, a solid gameplay, and a compelling visual
Expedition
design,
33?
that's really when the secret sauce hits. And that's when a character truly becomes
Do you literally have the blueprint? That's like it's not even rare. Like it's not even hidden like recipe. It's not a secret recipe where literally Mr. Krabs are keeping it away from freaking plankton. No. It's literally there. You can see it on most popular games at right now, and they still like literally
iconic.
doesn't
So,
do it right.
how important
It's
is beauty
crazy.
really? What can it actually be used for in storytelling? And
Bro, visuals are like literally making Concord, not Concord, but freaking First Descendant successful. Okay, they literally became a gooner game. Not even a good, I wouldn't say it's gooner game, but most like I would call it a gooner game, because they made the characters more sexual as time passes, because it sells. It sells.
why does it matter at all? Yes, beauty is completely subjective, but let's try and figure it out. When it comes to storytelling, beauty isn't just about looking good, it's about what that beauty communicates. It's a kind of visual shorthand for personality, purpose, or the emotional tone of a character. Take Cortana from Halo. She's sleek,
Yes, it's very iconic. Even though I don't play Halo, I know who she is. She's attractive as fuck. She's even used as a character, not character, but name for a system in Microsoft stuff. Cortana. This is very iconic.
luminous,
You know?
and kind of untouchable. Her ethereal design isn't random, it reinforces her role as an AI. She's attractive, mysterious, highly advanced, but also just slightly out of reach. Or Aerith from Final Fantasy. She's beautiful in this really soft, gentle way. Her design radiates hope and warmth, and you feel that when she's on screen. There's something very delicate and endearing about her that sticks with you. Then there's Eve from Stellar Blade, and yeah, people definitely noticed her design pretty much immediately. She's bold, striking, and yes, super hot. But
See? If you think a character is very visually pleasing to look at, and like literally you will remember it and recognize it. Like the devs made the right decision for it to be the character in the game. It made the game, like the first impressions of it, good.
what's cool is that once the game launched, the gameplay actually backed it up.
Yeah.
And okay, can we talk about Verso from Clair Obscur for a
Yes.
second? Because he is undeniably very handsome.
Yes.
The white
Hello?
hair, the posture, the somber
He's
expression.
very
he's
iconic as
restrained,
character,
haunted, and you immediately feel like there's
I
something
didn't even expect for this character to be unattractive, because the first time I saw him, like, oh my god, this is usually a copy of Gustav with only like white hair parts. But when I when I look at him more freaking attractive as heck, bro.
Deeper going on. These
It's
characters
attractive.
aren't designed to just be pretty. They're designed with intention. Their looks are part of their emotional blueprint, and the fact that they're attractive
Yes.
is what actually initially draws you in. Their looks tell you how to feel before a single line of dialogue. As humans, we are biologically wired to respond to beauty, and that's not a bad thing. So when a character's design feels off or it doesn't match the story we're being told, that disconnect can make it way harder to emotionally connect. And this kind of visual storytelling has been around for ages. This is nothing new, and it's not just in games, it's everywhere, especially in film. Taking a look at Lord of the Rings, think about Aragorn. Rugged, attractive, weathered, and quietly noble. His entire look reflects the burden that he carries, and you can see the weight of his past just by looking at him. Then there's
Yes.
Eowyn and Arwen, two beautiful women with totally different vibes. One is a warrior with conviction, the other is a very soft, ethereal queen. And their looks reflect who they are at their core. And that's what good design does. It supports the story. Alright, switching tones completely here, but I have to talk about my love for the Mummy series very quickly. Because Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz weren't just very fun, flirty, iconic characters, they were extremely captivating.
I
Their
don't know this
chemistry
movie
was
because I
off
don't
the
watch
charts, and
movies.
they were both ridiculously attractive.
But
Okay,
yeah,
but their
they look
beauty didn't just
attractive.
decorate the film, it amplified it. The adventure they were on, the romance, the danger. I actually love this series so much. I used to work at the Mummy roller coaster at Universal, and I may or may not have hearing loss in my one ear thanks to Brendan Fraser screaming for his coffee at the end of the ride. Just a little bit of NPC lore for you. So if we know that beauty helps tell the story, what about when it's entirely in the player's hands? Let's talk about character customization and the literal billions being spent on it. Video game cosmetics are a multi-billion-dollar industry. In fact, media
Yes.
research projects that purely cosmetic in-game purchases will reach
Bro,
100
skins freaking sells. Skins. Let me give you an example. Girls Frontline 2. The characters is, I mean, sure, character sells too. But the skins from that character is what most of the money is going in, okay? Because you can spend like few pools on like a character in Girls Frontline, but if you see their monetary stuff on their shops, most of it are skins. They don't even promote you to pull for the character. They just promote the skins even if you don't have the character. If you promote the skin, they would want the character too. That's the thing. It's the same thing as like Marvel Rivals. Why do you think Marvel Rivals is like pumping up skins every freaking every 2 weeks or every week? Like literally, how many skins does like Marvel Rivals have at the moment? Because honestly, there's a lot of like skins in Marvel Rivals now. It's been a while since the last time I played, but holy, the skin in there is crazy. They've been pumping up I think there's been hundreds of skins now in Marvel Rivals.
billion
It's
a
crazy.
year by 2028.
No?
Let that sink in for a second. $100 billion a year for making your character look nice. Listen, all right, I am
That's
not
what
ashamed
sells.
that I myself played a part in
Literally,
this pretty
that's what
recently.
sells.
I hadn't touched Fortnite in like 7 or 8 years,
Yeah.
but
Oh
I
yeah.
randomly
I forgot about Fortnite. Fortnite is also one of those. Like it's crazy. Even if Fortnite have like low quality skins and freaking random mass like looking skins, people will still buy it. Like some people will still buy it. They pump skins every freaking season, every freaking week. The battle pass have full of skins, even cosmetics like the freaking pickaxe and stuff. It's crazy.
started playing
They even have like the music now, like for V-Bucks, I think, like music. You can even buy it on their shop too.
Woes again over
It's
the last few months, and
crazy.
pretty much right after I did, I saw none other than Spike Spiegel and Faye Valentine in
Yeah,
the shop.
the collabs are
Yeah,
crazy.
I was buying up those V-Bucks pretty much immediately. It was just the idea of getting to play as some of the characters I love so much in a game
sorry
that
for
I've
coughing.
unironically been having a ton of fun with. It was almost like I had no choice here. Quick side note. Faye Valentine definitely goes on our list of amazing female characters for
Yes.
sure. And I must
I don't watch Cowboy Bebop, but I know this character is sick as fuck. I'm choking right now. I'm sorry.
confess, I also purchased the Sabrina Carpenter skin.
Oh my god.
Her dress was just so pretty.
Oh my
Now
God,
on the flip
Sabrina
side, the
Carpenter
opposite is
skin
true
in
too. When
Fortnite.
character design fails to resonate, players clock it immediately. This is very old news at this point, but I always think about Concord. This was really the first time, at least for me, that
Look how crazy these skins are. Like literally. Tell me, is this skins like good looking to you guys. Yeah, like literally just to be honest. Okay? If some of you guys will say, yeah, I feel like you're lying to yourself. Because some of these characters, like, yeah, sure, they're unique as fuck. But I would not say they're iconic as heck, bro. Like, you know what? Also, one of, like, I guess is unpopular opinion. They made the game too realistic coded that the costume for the characters, even though like the character, like, sure, the costume is attractive for a game, but it doesn't look good in like in real when a realistic like person, like, use it in like as their regular outfit. It doesn't look good. I don't know how to explain it very well, but that's my opinion about Concord. No.
that I had seen so much public backlash about character design. And for Concord, yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
seems like
look at
this is
that.
one of the biggest reasons that it
Looks
flopped.
boring.
People did not like the characters.
Yeah, look at that. Do you get? Oh, this character, this robot character, looks good as heck. Okay, I won't deny this character would actually be iconic as heck. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this design. Looks good. At least they made one good character. But most of them are just boring as heck. I feel like this reminds me of like that one Marvel game where like literally the skins they made for like the Marvel characters on that one game is so boring. They even compare it to like Marvel Rival skins. It's crazy.
They felt awkward, uninspired, off putting, forced. In a market
It's out
full
of
of games
place.
where the character designs are intended to be inherently beautiful, bold, attractive, Concord's cast kind of looked like they were built by a committee just to check boxes. And then there's Starfield. This game was supposed to be massive, story rich, world expanding, but on top of just so so gameplay, the one thing I kept seeing over and over again was how unappealing, bland looking, and emotionally empty the NPCs felt.
It's
They
very
didn't draw
uncanny.
you in or match the tone of the
Like look at these models. It looks uncanny as heck.
world for the most part.
This is why I think most like most games that does super like hyper realistic games, I feel like it's just too overrated at this point. We want stylistic kind of games because it's also like a unique thing, especially if you mix it up with a good character design. This is why I think, again, Expedition 33, even though it's somewhat realistic, they still have style on their character designs because like literally the characters look good. It has realistic, like, let's say, skins and stuff, but it still feels like a game, which I like. And they mix it up with their style on like the environment, and it doesn't look awkward, or their outfit doesn't look out of place compared to other concept in the game.
They were just generic copy paste
Yeah.
that you didn't really want to engage with. Another game that comes to mind that I've mentioned before is Star Wars Outlaws. Unfortunately,
Ooh.
both good gameplay and good character design were a miss here. And there were even moments where Kay Vess didn't look quite human, which is very wild because her actress is so stunning. The blueprint was right there, but for some reason, I guess they couldn't make a character design that did her justice. And the disconnect across all of these examples is important to note because it's not just about realism, it's about relatability. Games are probably the biggest storytelling medium, and a character's design should invite
Yes.
you into the story. People want to feel something when they look at a character. Excitement, admiration,
Most people play games
curiosity.
nowadays.
And when what you're looking at feels flat, awkward, or overly ordinary, like someone you just passed by on the street, it breaks the fantasy. And that desire for your
Yeah.
character to look attractive and appealing, it starts even before the actual game begins. Take Baldur's Gate 3, for example. According to Larian, players collectively spent over 8,000 years just in the character creator. That's like
Yes.
16% of the game's total playtime.
It's crazy.
Before even
Like-
starting the
like
game.
Ba-
And
Ba- like
yes,
Baldur's
I
Gates-
did contribute to that.
Baldur Gates with the design of the characters freaking attractive as heck. Even like the other species, bro. It's crazy. I haven't played this game because literally I don't play game like those play that games that have like high prices because like I just don't play them and I don't have money. Even though I play gacha game, it's crazy. But I don't play them. But yeah, I still like watch playthrough of them. And like the freaking games are crazy good.
Because
Like
to
the
me,
designs.
character aesthetics are just part of the immersion. They're part of what makes an
Yes.
incredible game. They help me
Yes.
feel more emotionally anchored in the
Like
world.
you will also see this on like social media. There's a lot of social media, like you can see it right now, where they dedicate a account for a certain character because they love the character's design, they love how they look, they love the personality, they feel connection to it. That's why like characters, attractive characters especially, is just like already a 100% no win for a game, you know? Just make attractive characters and then have a good ass game behind it. And overall, you're gonna have a good game. You're just gonna have a good game. Like it's a simple formula, and a lot of people are still fucking it up, bro. They still
And
mess up.
make for a way more enjoyable experience. And
It's
this goes for both
crazy.
male and female characters alike. Even in Red Dead Redemption 2, I loved getting to change Arthur's hair, his beard, and outfits,
Yes.
and I'm just so glad we got to do that because I really felt like I could reflect where he was at mentally and emotionally. That small touch made him feel a lot more real. Now, switching gears for a quick moment, bear with me here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and out myself for a second. I love a good romantasy book. Yes, I know, but before you roll your eyes and you click off the video, please just hear me out. This genre includes some of the best-selling books on the market. You maybe have heard of series like Throne of Glass or ACOTAR, and the characters in these stories are described with this enchanted, ethereal kind of beauty. It's dramatic, it's swoony, it's meant to sweep you off your feet, and that's part of the fantasy. It's part of the immersion. There's even one fan favorite image of a certain ACOTAR character that went viral, and for many fans, that's basically
I
canon.
don't know what Akatar
Godspeed to
is,
whatever
but
casting director
hey,
has to find that guy in the real world. They will come for you. The exact same thing happens in anime and
yeah.
animation, sometimes
Freaking
even more
Gojo.
intensely. These characters are
Freaking
designed
so
from the ground up
popular.
to be visually appealing. Their looks are exaggerated, idealized, sometimes
Yes, because those idealized and like being excessive, especially on anime. I know this. I know this media anime. Okay, I've been here for years now. What makes a character good is first you make sure they're attractive and add on a one concept code, a design that is unique to those character. Because if you don't put that one concept, you're gonna have a full roster of characters that look the same that came from different kinds of anime. That's why we have a lot of iconic characters, like even like this girl. I forget the name of this girl, but I forgot. But she's very iconic. Even like Shino. Oh my god, I forgot the name. It's from like the slime anime, slime isekai, Rimuru stuff. You know. But this is like an Oni girl. I forgot the name. I'm
maybe a
sorry.
little too
I'm
much, but
sorry.
we love them for it. And
Oh,
there's a reason
oh,
that
Darling
certain
in the Franxx. They have attractive characters, but holy, the writing is ass, especially that ending.
characters dominate
Holy,
cosplay every con season, or why
yeah,
fans fight over who's best girl or best boy with genuine passion. Even in the VTuber
yes,
space, visual design is everything. And there's a reason
yes,
VTubers put so much effort into their appearance, and people can completely fall in love with them
because
before they
they
ever
need
even hear
to
their
stand
voice. The
out.
look, the
They need to
aesthetic, the
stand out with
vibe,
multiple
it all
characters
is
in
meant to draw people in. The
the
design is
media.
the hook. All of this is so important because when a character looks the way they're supposed to feel, that's when the magic happens. That's when people get protective. That's when a fandom really forms. Piggybacking off of all of that, I'd like to touch on something very quickly that gets brought up a lot in conversations like this. And that's the idea that it's just gamers that are the ones who care way too much about a character's appearance. That it's just gamers who have this problem. Like the second someone doesn't like a design, it's suddenly gamers are just toxic and you just need to get over it. But
No, even people from like movie fanatics, people that watch shows, if they have unattractive characters in those shows, you will not get hit like you will not get hooked into watching that show. Let's be honest, bro. Sure, like iconic actors would get you hooked in the shows because but it's because they're already iconic, but new, like let's say new actors, we don't know the actors, but let's say they're not really that attractive, and then yet you saw a poster for them, it didn't hook you because a pre-rise didn't made you watch the show.
based on
It's
everything
literally
that I've said thus
like
far,
the book covers,
honestly,
book
I
covers.
do not think that's fair because this
It's
is
like a thumbnail. If it doesn't hook you, what's the point of a thumbnail?
thing
you know?
across every genre, every medium. Everybody wants well-designed, fun, good-looking, beautiful, charismatic characters. It's how we're wired, and it's why certain characters
Yes.
instantly spark hype online or can aid in tanking a release before it's even out
Yes.
of the
Oh
oven.
yeah, this
Yes.
girl is like, the design is good, but holy, you know, the devs are, you can see like the intent of this character.
I'm looking at you, Intergalactic.
Yes.
Now, again, I am not saying every character in a game needs to look like a supermodel,
Oh,
but
Bayonetta.
what I am so tired of
Very
seeing is
iconic too.
characters intentionally designed to be less appealing. When the people making the decisions nerf a character's looks in a way that has nothing to do with their actual background or story, they just do it just because, it really makes no sense. It creates unnecessary dissonance, and it pulls people out of the fantasy instead of drawing them in. My last
Yes.
note on this here is just think about celebrities. Think about how people respond to celebrities, whether they're singers or actors. How they look, their appearance is always part of the conversation. And so many
Yes.
times you could easily say it even contributes to their success.
Because is
even
there,
when it
like,
technically has
is there
nothing to
book
do
cover?
with what they're known
Is there
for. It
thumbnail?
somehow still does. Because that's just
It's
how
what
humans
people see.
respond to other humans. We're made that way. We notice, we connect, we feel, and what we see at the first glance is
Like, why do you think most girls like attractive men? Because they're attractive. Duh. It's common sense. And if you're not gonna put an attractive character on a game, you're losing like half of the audience that you need to pull in your game, you know?
very first step of that. So, of course, while beauty is not everything, and it's certainly not a substitute for good writing, gameplay, or mechanics, it's so often our very first impression, and usually it's the first thing that really captures our attention, lets us know
Yes.
what a character is about, and makes us care. And this is something that has always mattered and will always matter, regardless of the medium being used to tell the story. And all of this is why
Wow!
I just do not
How did she
understand
do that?
why some developers
She
keep
transformed.
getting it wrong. It
She had
really
a different
feels so
outfit.
simple.
What the heck?
Yes, give us great gameplay, fun mechanics, a interesting and meaningful story, but then layer attractive, pretty characters on top of that to create hype around the game, grab our interest, and hold our attention. All of this just makes for a much more enjoyable experience. For developers who are passionate about the projects that they're making, and they're doing it for the right reasons, odds are this is probably already all included. So
Yes.
it really is a guaranteed formula for success.
Yes.
And they're shooting themselves in the foot if the very first thing that we see is a bland,
They're not shooting themselves at the foot. Okay, they're not shooting themselves at the foot. They literally just jumping into full of sharks, waiting for them to get eaten. Okay, that's what they're doing. They know it's like they know it's obvious. The obvious thing is there. They chose to ignore it. That's it. You know, they're not shooting themselves at the foot. They're literally being stupid.
boring,
They're
or
just stupid.
unappealing protagonist or cast of characters.
I
Sorry for
guess-
the outfit jump scare. This is editor NPC here, and I was watching this back through and wanted to make sure I just clarified this point really well at the end. All right, I'll see myself out. Okay, thank you so much to those who made it to the end of this
Yay.
video. I'm genuinely so glad that you were here. Like I said at the start, this past week has been a bit of a whirlwind. I just want to say I appreciate everyone and your support so much. I still really can't wrap my head around everything that's happening, but I'm just gonna be here doing my thing like I was already planning to do. So thank you
Yay.
again for being a part of this YouTube journey with me.
Yay, subscribe to the background NPC with another good video. I really like her video this time. Let's give it a like. There we go. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, this reaction. Link in the description below for the background NPC's video, this video. Watch it to support her. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about the situation of not having enough attractive characters in the modern games at the moment. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.